Hello, today I'm going to talk about the new movie that's out in the theaters called Supergirl. I'm not talking about this as somebody who's seen the movie. I'm not reviewing the movie. The reason I'm not reviewing the movie is because, well, I haven't seen it. And I'm not going to judge the movie itself. What you're going to hear me saying is going to be very negative, but it's not a movie review because I refuse to talk about a movie as itself without having seen it. But I will talk about why I don't want to see it. It starts with last year's Superman movie, which I didn't like either. You know, I didn't want to. I went to see that movie. I went to see it, and I'm very disappointed in it. I did video or two on it here somewhere. I just felt it wasn't really Superman, and I didn't like the direction it went in. I didn't like how weak Superman was, and all this. And the worst part of the movie, believe it or not, for me, was the ending when we were introduced to Supergirl, Superman's cousin, right? Who was going to be in a movie of her own. It was such an off putting ending, such an off putting sequence. They had her looking so out of it, so messed up, so drunk all the time, that I started to immediately adopt a new name for her, Super Lush. Okay. And I said, I don't know what's with this character and this actress who's playing her, but this is not a strong looking Supergirl that I'll want to see. And a friend of mine told me, well, you have to understand this is how it's written directly in the comics these days. If it's written that way directly in the comics these days, then the comics suck too. You know, I don't care where the origin is. It's a stupid way to write the character. The same person said to me, well, how would you feel if your world was getting blown up and destroyed? You would drink too. Whatever. In 1984, there was a movie called Supergirl. This one starred the beautiful, gorgeous, and appropriately cast Helen Slater. Helen Slater will forever be my Supergirl. Even if that particular movie had a kind of weak script. It wasn't a very good movie either, but at least Supergirl was believable to me as Supergirl. Okay. Now, this movie, Supergirl, is being played by Millie Alcock. And I have to tell you, I don't like her look. First of all, she's too small. She's too short. I don't know if she's 5 feet. And how do you say this in a nice way? Perhaps there isn't any nice way to say this. I don't think she's attractive enough to be Supergirl, unlike Helen Slater. I mean, this Supergirl looks dirty. She looks trashy. She looks like she's almost homeless, that she's hungover all the time. She's always out of it. I mean, I don't understand this approach to the character at all, even if it was written that way. This actress, Millie Alcock, has been going all over the place, sounding like a dumb kid, actually, and saying a lot of stuff that isn't really very flattering. I think I don't appreciate what she's saying. And everything that I've heard about the movie, because I've read a lot about it and I've heard people talking about it who've seen it, um, this movie is very much again about the girl boss, girl power. Now, I'm going to say this right from the beginning. For anybody out there that wants to throw the old buzzwords at me, say this is misogyny, you're a misogynist. You have to know, first of all, I love strong women. I am attracted to strong women. I prefer my women to be strong. And I like movie heroines, strong women in the movies who have been heroes. For example, Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, fantastic job. I loved her character in that. Linda Hamilton in the Terminator film, specifically Terminator 2. Strong woman, very good. So don't give me that. But what's going on here is the opposite of misogyny lately, and that's misandry. Now, doesn't that sound funny? That may sound like a funny word. What word did you just make that word up, Mr. Cinemeo? Misandry. What's misandry? Misandry. Misandry. It's the opposite. It's the woman's perspective against men. It's more anti-man than so. Don't give me this anti-woman stuff. And this trend, nobody likes this. Nobody likes the way they're trying to gut and emasculate men. Nobody likes all the wokeism that's out there in these movies. People are fed up with superhero movies. I've been fed up a long time ago. It's the same old thing over and over again, and they never seem to learn, even though they don't make enough money anymore. The audience is coming back and saying they don't like this. I mean, the figures I have here say this movie, Supergirl, it cost between 170 and 186 million dollars to make. It only made 38 million a box office its first weekend out, 38 to 40 million on a 180 possible $1 million budget. And this will also tell you people out there, budget does not equal quality. That's something we'll get into another time, when a lot of people like to pick on the Planet of the Apes original sequels of the 70s and say, oh, they needed a higher budget. They have more heart, more soul, more allegory, more message, more enjoyment on a small budget of like $1 million or $2 million than this thing has on $180 million. Budget does not make quality. So there's no way in hell that I would ever see this. And I know, like all these movies today, it would be infested with mind-numbing CGI slop all over the place, where I couldn't even tell what the hell's going on. It's so crazy. And I think the tagline for this movie, the tagline that I read, sums up the whole thing of what they're thinking and why I won't see it. The tagline for this movie was, quote, truth, justice, whatever, unquote.